The time now with thousands of people living on the streets, huge waiting lists for council houses and families struggling to get on the property ladder. It might be hard to hear that right now there are around 850,000 empty homes in the UK.
Yes, Lancashire has the highest rate of vacant properties in England. Chris Buckler has been to find out what is being done about it.
Streets without people, houses without families. There are several roads of empty homes in this part of Accrington, and once boarded up, they often end up vandalised. But work is beginning to refurbish buildings that simply weren't wanted by modern families.
They no longer work. They're too small. They're very inefficient to heat. They're very leaky. The properties, your heat literally disappears through the roof structures, through the windows and so on.
There is a real need for new housing stock, and the government is lending some money to the private company behind this project, but it is a loan. And in a time of cuts, there are many here who feel that much more is needed to change this area for the families of the future.
If we put the fundamentals of actually building housing up here, it will bring jobs with it. And that's all we're saying. Give us the housing, then we can create the jobs.
Empty houses can drag down a neighbourhood, and the latest figures suggest there are about 850,000 in the UK. A charity recently found that with 1 in 20 houses vacant, Lancashire has the highest proportion of empty homes in England. These were council-owned properties, but they've had to go into private hands.
The area has been in a gradual state of decline.
The council says it couldn't afford to do anything with them since the government brought a housing regeneration scheme to an end.
It is a shame, but I think the ending of the HMR programme meant that we don't have the funds to do anything, and we're grateful that outside partners have come in and worked for us to do the best for these neighbourhoods.
The coalition insists that bringing empty homes back into use is a priority, and they have committed to creating thousands of affordable houses by 2015. But public money is limited, which is why a private firm has become involved here. In very simple terms, with these houses all empty, there's no sense of life or sense of community in this area, and there's a big knock-on effect for businesses. That's obvious at the row of shops nearby, although some hope things will improve.
And the thing is, it's like we used to have a full community. When I used to work here previously, all houses were full. There were post office, news agents, everything. And now it's just like a ghost town.
It will take time to restore this place to the community it once was, but it's hoped in a few years families will fill these streets again. Chris Buckler, BBC News, Accrington.